It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Los Angeles Rams. And it's all up next.
From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. Today we've got a solid matchup in store in the NFC, as it'll be the defending NFC champions, the Philadelphia Eagles, taking on the Los Angeles Rams. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and as we look at this matchup, every time there's something different to focus on. So I'll just ask you, what do you see here in this one?
Well, Rembrandt, you've given me a pretty blank canvas to focus on, haven't you?
Yeah.
Where do you think I'm going to go with this?
Oh, secondary?
You know me well, right? In a game like this, it's always about the secondary. Can they handle the passing attack and make a few plays?
And off we go from SoFi Stadium. Boston Scott on the return from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So here come the Eagles, the defending NFC champs, led out by a man who was the runner-up to Patrick Mahomes at MVP balloting a season ago. Of course, that's Jalen Hurts.
And we already knew that Hurts was a good quarterback. But last year, he moved to elite status. Under his guidance, the Eagles returned to the Super Bowl and nearly won it. And he's also one of the league's most dangerous players. Thrown for 38 touchdowns his last 2 seasons and run for another 23.
Now a man picked up on draft night this year, DeAndre Swift. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They go play action with Hurts. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Fancy footwork at the 45. And, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. Second down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Byron Young, the one who got in and finished that play off. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
And this is exactly the kind of drive you're hoping for out of the gates. They're mixing the run and the pass well, keeping this defense off balance early. And they're on the march here with another first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Swift going to try up the middle. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Ahkello Witherspoon. And the Rams force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
So here are the Rams set to go to work on offense, and they're led by a man who topped the 50,000-yard mark in passing for his career a season ago. In year 15 now, here's Matthew Stafford.
Stafford, the Rams won it all in Super Bowl 56, but last season was a stark contrast to that. The Rams need their quarterback to recapture his form from 2 seasons ago to help spark another postseason run.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down. Play action. Stafford. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground.
Add another one to the total of Josh Sweat, who surprised many with a Pro Bowl season in 2021, but he certainly earned it. A career-high 11 sacks.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
2nd and 10. They run out of the gun with Swift. Oh, able to avoid him. And some nice running going to get him down close to a first down at the Rams' 19-yard line. We're scoreless after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. They'll try and run here with Swift. Able to slither by. Once more the juke. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 52 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
Swift. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. They'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
On 2nd and goal, here's the option. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Eagles post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. And maybe the defense caught a little by surprise there that he took off and got in?
Yeah, I would think so, because if you're analyzing it from that side of the ball, you're thinking running back, fullback. Takes you a while before you get to the quarterback.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Van Jefferson was the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Back to throw. Stafford. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Stafford now to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
Here's Ethan Evans now. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And we'll see what he can do on the return. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Well, let's shine the spotlight on the former Georgia Bulldog, DeAndre Swift, who's set to begin this next drive. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
From the gun, here's Swift. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 68 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Zaccheaus here hauling it in. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Hurts. Forced out to his left. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
Here's Swift. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Well, I know defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. One more time with Swift. And this time he is in. Yes. DeAndre Swift taking it in from a yard out. And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Well, the Rams going to take over late in this first half. And Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here. But with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw pulled in by Atwell here. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. 2nd and 5. Stafford. That's caught. Puka Nacua. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Stafford. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete.
And they've been kept off the scoreboard in this first half, but here toward the end, they're trying to change that in one fell swoop, but that winds up incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Again, it's Stafford. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. Able to find the open man. That's complete. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing is Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Throwing again is Stafford. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Keely Ringo picks it off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
DeAndre Swift and the Eagles back out there. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. On 1st down, Hurts. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Here's Hurts to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, BG, thanks very much, and welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report. We watched a solid performance out of running back DeAndre Swift. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A very one-sided first half, 17-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. Taken at the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
Stafford. This is caught by Evans. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll try the left side with Evans. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 26. On play action, they'll throw. Got a man, it's Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards for number 11.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Here's a handoff to Swift. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here now 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Hurts. Over the middle to Smith. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 38-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing is Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
This 2nd and 4. Hurts sets up to throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Play action. Here's Hurts. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the 1st down.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. A 5-yard touchdown catch, and the Eagles are able to add on to that lead. Well, it seemed like they were so focused elsewhere they forgot about the tight end spot, and he's the one that burns him there to make this a 3-score game here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
I think there might be a little bit of defensive fatigue from those guys on that side of the ball, partner, because they've been spending their time trying to stop them from all angles. This time the tight end gets them.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is now 24. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the drive was all finished off on the touchdown catch by Dallas Goedert. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. On the return, Williams. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. To the sideline and incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Stafford. Pass complete there to Nacua. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. The Rams on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now Stafford. And that is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And they'll run for it with Evans. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
So did you suspect the same thing that I did, that they were lining up just to draw him off sides here?
100%.
Well, how about that? They were going for it the entire time. Never a question in his mind about going ahead and getting it, despite where they were on the field.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard it in my voice when they snapped the ball. I was like, oh, I almost wasn't ready to call the play. I just kept waiting for the timeout offensively. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Now it's Stafford. Going to be taken in here by Nacua. And they stop him up short of the 1st down as they get him at about the 43. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? You want to go for it here? We shut you down? They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
On the handoff, this is Swift. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Good gain there on first down. It keeps him in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Right back to Swift again on second down. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 86 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Once again, it's Swift. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Now 2nd and 5. Now a give, right side, Swift. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on third. Here's Swift. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew,